Now, this morning didn't go quite to plan. I headed out for sunrise and unfortunately there was just no colour in the sky whatsoever. There was a big bank of cloud that rolled in, so unfortunately it just didn't happen. But I stuck around and I'm hoping to find a few little compositions using the rocks. The tide's going out, it's a couple of hours after sunset, so the light is a little bit harsh, but you know, there's some cloud in the sky still, so keeps blocking it every now and then, creating some nice contrast and things. So you never know what we might find, but I'm gonna have a look around these little groups of rocks and just have a little wander while I'm here, so it's not a complete waste of a day, so, or a morning as such. So yeah, let's go and have a look, see what we can find. So I've had a little bit of a wander around. There's not, it's not a great big area, it's just this little patch of rocks underneath the cliffs, but Rock-a-Nore. But I have set up for a shot and it is very sketchy. My camera is tilting on about 3 rocks at the moment, but I'm just playing around with this little bit of a pool area here, waiting for some waves to come in, and there's a lot of bubbles in there moving around. I'm just sort of playing around with shutter speed sort of thing, and I've had to obviously put an ND filter on. I've had to use the big stopper because the light is just so harsh. I mean, it's not now, the clouds have just covered over for a little bit. So I might try and do a few faster shutter speeds, because 6 seconds was a little bit long than what I wanted, because you weren't getting quite enough swell. It sort of just went silky smooth. So I might have to swap that out, or just play around with the, or maybe raise the ISO a little bit and leave that filter on because of the sun, obviously filter in and out. But no, it's a nice little image. Obviously, I'm at f8, and I have focus stacked it. One in the foreground, right where the rocks are here, and then one here. But then what I did do is take another exposure for the sky, because I don't use grads anymore at the moment. I'm trying to stay off of them because I just kept breaking them and losing them, and they're just too expensive for me to replace. So I've stopped using them, and I just basically took another exposure for the sky, and I'll exposure blend that in Photoshop. But no, it's a nice little image. Nothing special, but it's still a nice one. I don't know whether I'm going to keep it colour or black and white yet, so I might do both, and then you can decide on which one. But no, it's a nice little image. I'm going to just play around with this pool, and there's a nice little pool here as well, which I'm probably just going to focus on these 2 areas this morning. It's quite a nice little bit of a shot. So yeah, that's image number 1 for today anyway. So I found my next shot. I'm still playing around in those little pools that I mentioned. I have swapped the ND filter out. I had to. I couldn't get the shutter speed quick enough, and I didn't really want to jeopardise raising my ISO and lowering the quality of the image. So this one though has taken a little bit of extra time to sort out, and it's going to take a bit more editing as well, purely because I've had to focus stack it, and I'm going to have to exposure blend as well, because I wanted to include the cliff in the background of this one as well. So I'm having to take several different shots of the scene at different exposures and at different focuses. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tough one to edit. I don't really like editing for too much, and especially too much of my photos. I like to keep them as, I don't like to sit at a computer for too long. It frustrates me. I'd rather be out. So I'm liking these KNF filters. If you haven't seen my review on those as well, I'll put a link up there, or whatever corner it's in. They are very, very good value for money. So, but yeah, here's the next shot. I'm going to go and have a play over there for a bit, because the waves look quite big over there from where they're hitting the bigger rocks as the tide's going out. So I'm going to go and have a quick play over there and see what's happening over that way. But yeah, beautiful morning so far. Very chilly, but beautiful. Now, I've set up for my next shot. I was gonna take you through setting this one up, but unfortunately, I haven't got a lot of space where I'm standing, so I couldn't quite get another tripod in here. But no, I will try and do my best to run it through what I've done now. I'll flip the camera around first. Now what I will say is I've had to move the camera tripod slightly while I film this because I didn't want to leave it tucked in there but that's where the tripod was, about 2 inches further over. But I can sort of give you an idea of what I mean. So this line here, I was focus stacking one here for my foreground, doing an exposure, waiting for that wave just to come out just as you're seeing it now, and then that is the main bit there. Just slip this down, and then you can see that was where I put my mid focus, and I was waiting for about sort of a wave just to hit over the top of that peak there. Something it's going to do now, then I was taking it. It's about an eighth of a second, so I didn't have much, and then I focused on this section here. I didn't really want to include this at all. I don't really like this. I don't like man-made stuff like that, but unfortunately I had no choice. It just didn't look right trying to crop it out. So yeah, but I had to take 3 images, and then I did an exposure, just the sky, just in case I needed it, which I probably won't need, to be fair. So yeah, it's a nice little image. Like I said, it was taken a bit further over, so it's kind of more that angle, but no, it's all right. So yeah, let me flip the camera back around. So yeah, it's quite a nice little image, nothing special. I'm just trying to make use of the rocks and the way that it sort of curves round to that, which it looks like a sea defence wall. I don't think it was part of. It might have been part of the old harbour arm. I don't know for the way it was done, but no, I don't think it was. I think it was just what remains of that sea defence when it was a harbour. But no, it's quite a nice little image. I'm not too sure how long I'm going to be down here for now, because I have been sort of sitting and just chilling, but I've only got about an hour left on the car, because the prices for parking in Hastings are extortionate. I don't care if anyone disagrees with me there, they are. Especially when I can park at, if you didn't see last week's video, I parked at Ashdown Forest for a whole day for £4, and that gave me a choice of 13 car parks. But it's just cost me £4 to park for 2 hours in my local town, so it's extortionate. So yeah, I haven't got long on the car there. That was my little rant of the day. No more ranting, it's all photography from now on. But yeah, I might try and just get one more. I might head over to those rocks over there. I've never photographed those ones either, but I'm not too sure. I do really like the way that the waves are hitting that old jut out, but no, I don't know. I'm just gonna give it another 20 minutes wander, I think, and then I have to call it a day if I haven't found anything. But no, it's been, like I said, it's now starting to warm up as well, so I might have to take the coat off in a minute. It's definitely getting a bit warmer, which is quite nice. It was very chilly this morning when I got up. But no, enjoy this one. I'm intrigued to see how this one comes out myself. So, but yeah. So as you can see, I've made it onto the other side. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. I haven't got the shelter now from that like harbour arm type thing either. So it's a bit calmer on this bit though, because obviously the rocks protect some of it. So it's a lot calmer in this section. That's why I tend to shoot there, get a little bit more time, and the water takes a little bit longer to come out. But no, it's as you saw on the B-roll as I was coming in, there was these weird like shaped sea defence rocks sort of thing. And I know that a friend of mine has shot these before. His name's Dylan. Shout out to Dylan. And it's not really my cup of tea, but I had an idea. I wanted, sorry, I keep turning around. It's because I wanted to show you what I was photographing. I had an idea in my head as I was walking through it. I thought, actually, I quite like the way in that footage, the three there, all sort of like, it's like the way that they're all sort of angled sort of works, if you know what I mean. And I took a photo and I really liked it, and I decided that I thought the sky looks a bit blank, and I thought, oh, actually, what if I do a really super long exposure? The wind's picking up this cloud. So I've just been messing around. I've just done a 6-minute exposure on this scene to try and really get some wispy clouds in there. There's patches and stuff that still aren't right, but it's just a concept, I thought, and it's just given me another idea. So the original photo got me that one, and then that photo's got me another one now. So this is what usually I don't shoot man-made stuff, but I thought because it's man-made, I can get creative, I can do whatever I want, it's not natural. So I did a 6-minute exposure on it, and with the wispy clouds and everything, if that sea was just lapping the bottom of these, that would look really nice. So now I've got an idea what I can use these for. It won't be today, not unless I wait for the tide to come back in, which I don't have that time, unfortunately. But it means that I can take another trip down here. So yeah, I'll show you the one that I've taken before. I'll show you the longer exposure one of the two. But yeah, just imagine that, like, nice silky smooth wispy clouds. Imagine with that, with the sea on the bottom just going round them like a mist. I quite like how that is in my head. So it's definitely one to come back and shoot. But yeah, very unusual shot for me. Not my cup of tea usually, but inspired by my B-roll, executed by my weird brain, but I'm going to dedicate it to Dylan because he shot this before me. And yeah, we're getting a bit dark. So yeah, yeah, it's very unusual. But I'm going to quickly sort of go and head over to that bit of sand over there. I've got a feeling it's probably trampled on by dog walkers and things, so I probably won't be able to shoot it, but it's worth a look while I'm here. But time is getting on now, and I've really got to head back to the car before that ticket runs out. So yeah, I'll see you all guys in a bit. I've come over to that bit of sand to try and photograph all this black sand that has streaks in it. You can see there's some down here, but the better ones are down that end. Now, the reason why it's so hard to photograph and I've never been able to do it is purely because the black bit of sand is right where it's easy for dog walkers to walk on. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of them this morning, so not today. But unfortunately, I've got to go back to the car. Time's just about to run out on the old parking meter, and it looks like it's raining all out at sea. You can see it, and it looks like it's coming in from behind me as well. It's just turned very bitter cold all of a sudden again. So I'm gonna have to put another layer on, I think, on the way back. But yeah. But no, overall, it's been a great morning. Obviously, it wasn't a great start. Sunrise didn't really happen, very grey and horrible, blocked by all the cloud. But it turned out to be a good one. Some very unusual images, but no, like it's been a good day. Let me know what you think of the 3 images today. Because obviously, they don't sort of, like 2 obviously are long exposure seascapes, but then obviously that one was a bit different. It's like, so let me know what you think about that, because I'm intrigued myself, so it might open up a few doors, it might open up my creativity a little bit more. But yeah, let us know what you think. Please leave a comment and tell me which one, and if if you're around in the area, definitely worth a visit. Don't forget to subscribe. Go follow me on Facebook and Instagram as well, so it's much appreciated. But yeah, anyway, I'm going back to the car to warm up, get myself a coffee and head on home. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.